My God, right away I thought to myself, what a terrible thing, because unlike a bomb in Afghanistan or in Pakistan, where it's become sadly almost everyday experience, here is an explosion like this, an act of terrorism right in the midst of America, in such a city as Boston, on a joyous occasion, the Marathon. I'm going to guess this is a domestic act of terrorism, not an international one, but we don't know. I hope it doesn't open the door to more copycat sorts of crimes at other big, joyous public events. Because no one has claimed responsibility yet while we're recording this, it has the smell really of a domestic thing, similar to Timothy McVeigh and the explosion in Oklahoma City at the federal building there. Christina Hager, she works for WBZ as a news reporter. I have 3 daughters, and only one of them followed my footsteps into news, but I know exactly what she's going through, and this thing that pulls at you about your adrenaline is pumping to cover the story and get the information out to the public, but meanwhile you see, you know, all this hardship around you and the sorrow of people who've lost loved ones who are nearby. So I got 2 different emotions tugging at you, and I can imagine that she's going through the same thing right now. Yeah, I covered terrorism in Oklahoma City when they bombed the building there, and when they first bombed the World Trade Center, and the second time the attacks against the World Trade Center. So it really hit home. I know I'd be down there if I weren't retired, covering in Boston.
And I was watching the marathon, and I saw it. It was just horrible. It was surprising.
So I turned it on because I have a lot of friends that's in Boston. I didn't think I'd ever see this in the United States, bombings like you see in Europe and places. I really didn't think it would ever happen. I'm glad I live up here in the boondocks with no troubles. We have a few problems, but nothing serious. We can iron it out one way or the other.
I rather think it's domestic, and I wonder what's happening to our society that's causing so much anger that these things can happen. And if it's not, if it's international and Islamic in nature, then I wonder why the Islamic leaders aren't stepping up and saying this is not the way Muhammad wanted you to behave. My eldest son Timothy is a marathon runner and has run the Boston a couple times, but he fortunately was not there. So I'm very grateful for that.